Usually, when we cover these true crime stories or even listen to them as a listener of these true crime stories on a podcast or on a YouTube channel, you can kind of follow along where it's going, where you follow the timeline of events, and it kind of leads you to a homicide, a suicide, an accident, or whatever it ends up being. But with the story of DJ Fickey, almost right away, it felt increasingly frustrating, and the way it was handled, down to the 911 call and the way the police investigation began and ruled it as it did. And even if your police training only comes from watching true crime stories or documentaries, you can see that this shouldn't have been ruled what it was, especially as quickly as it was. And so that in and of itself, that element was enough to make this story compelling. But John and I had the opportunity to speak to Amanda, DJ's sister. And what it really did was bring kind of a heartbeat to the story, kind of a human, more real touch to the story, because even though we do research and we watch news reports, listen to other podcasts, speak to other people, read news articles, it kind of gets watered down like the game of telephone, where it kind of loses something each time you hear it told over and over. But listening to Amanda, a family member, tell you what she goes through day in and day out, and why they feel they haven't been able to rest, nor has their loved one been able to rest, because they feel like they don't have justice for the way that this death played out. And when you hear the story of DJ Fickey, I think you would agree that it shouldn't have been handled nor ruled the way that it was. So for that, we thank Amanda for coming on, telling her story, which is increasingly stressful to have to tell over and over, but she's a fighter, and she's out here trying to clear her brother's name, a brother who was just trying to better his life. He had his demons, he had his moments, he had things that he was struggling with, like most of us do. But what led him to the day that eventually took his life was the love that he had for his wife. And that alone would tell you that he was trying to get on the right path for his family, for his kids, for his wife, for his own life. So thank you for listening. This is the story of DJ Fickey. You can find the Alibiish podcast on all your streaming services and on YouTube. Please leave us a like, a comment, a subscribe, a rate, a rating, all those things. Thank you.